Well, Arsenal's gone ahead to beat West Ham by 3 goals to 1 at the Emirates, the resumption of the Premier League. Obviously, Arsenal coming back big and better, having threatened by West Ham in the first half. They never really took the fright to the next level in the first half and said, all right, no, enough is enough, West Ham. Let's show you that we are the kings of London. And obviously, this season, Arsenal are really the pride of London. They are really playing like champions with a champion heart, with champion aims and champion strategies, obviously putting themselves to bed and winning this game of football by 3 goals to 1, coming from behind and hitting a team by 3 goals to 1. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? We are here to do the player ratings of Arsenal players that really did well today. Remember, 11 players were fielded on the field of play today, and 2 more were added in. Zinchenko and Elneny came in through in that game of football. Now, as Arsenal makes a bid for Bukayo Modric, it's a story that I'm going to do tomorrow morning because Arsenal have submitted their first bid for Bukayo Modric. But obviously, we are here to do the player ratings as Bukayo Modric was really watching this game of football and updating those that were not watching it on his Insta stories. If at all you know, you know, and let's get into this with the player ratings. Now, let's start off with the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. I'm going to give him a 7. He pulled out 3 good saves. One in the first half that had really gone past Saliba and was going to approach Antonio in the mouth of the goal and really fisted it, and it found an Arsenal player that cleared it out of the goal area. Then the second one that I remember was in the second half. I think it was it Paqueta? Was it Declan Rice? I think either Declan Rice or Mikel Antonio. He went in for a curling effort on the far post, and it called a full stretch for Ramsdale to stop the effort to go in the corner. And obviously it went into the corner flag and Arsenal was really safe. So to me, I believe he did what he had to do. He had a very good game, and obviously the penalty, you don't blame for him, because if a goalkeeper misses out on a penalty, I don't blame him. Especially that one penalty that comes up in the 90 minutes. If at all there are 5, you can blame him for not saving any of the 5. But if at all he fails to save that one that they took in the 15th minute of the game, obviously, there is no way you come out and blame a team or the goalkeeper of Arsenal. So to me, Ramsdale did a very wonderful game today. A job today done by Ramsdale, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. He really did a very good job. His ball distribution was great. He commanded his central defense very well, and obviously they saw themselves yielding a result that everyone wanted Arsenal to get, especially if at all you wish Arsenal well as a well-wisher of football, because whichever team does right things in the game of football, you have to wish it well. I don't support Man City and Liverpool because I hate them a lot. I even don't support Arsenal. But I have to come out and commend a team that really goes ahead to do things right. This is what Arsenal has been doing for the past 3 years. They plowed the land, they sowed their seeds, they irrigated them, they sprayed them very well, and now it's time for harvesting. So, the fruits are out there, Arsenal is harvesting, and they are winning. Imagine, out of 45 points, Arsenal have lost only 5. Meaning that they've won 13 games, drawn 1, and lost 1. So it shows you how Arsenal are on a winning stretch that no one can stop. So Aaron Ramsdale, kudos. 7 out of 10 is my rating for Aaron Ramsdale. Let's go to the right back, Ben White. My God. If you saw what Ben White played today, I believe today Ben White played his best game for Arsenal. The way he bossed in the defensive area and the offensive area, oh my God, he was really out of this world. If I told you, notice that touch he took when he passed into Odegaard and Odegaard released Bukayo Saka for the first goal, you now know what I'm talking about, Ben White. He continued to do that. He was flying on that entire line, barring in crosses, defending Mikel Antonio and Gerard Bowen, who switched that side, and Benarema to stop them from really going past his position of the right back. So Ben White had a very fantastic job to play in Arsenal's win today, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 to Ben White. Today, I believe it's the best performance for Ben White in that Arsenal shirt as he started, or ever since he started playing as a right back for Arsenal. It's his best performance ever ever, according to me. He had his best game to me. He bossed everything and he was out of this world, and I really loved what he really had to go on and really put up on the field of play. That is Benjamin White, who really played as a right back, and I think you enjoyed that. 7 out of 10 for me. We go to Kientieni. Kientieni a little bit silent, not good going forward. I believe you see a lot of difference between him and Zinchenko. When Zinchenko comes in, it's really different the way Arsenal play. So he doesn't get them the balance like Zinchenko gets them off the left side of the defense, and he really looked good and hard defensively. But going forward, he doesn't suit this system of Mikel Arteta. Let's admit this. I've said this a lot. He's not going to be an Arsenal player next season. I believe he's one of those players that is going to be put in the shop window. That's it. He doesn't look like an Arteta player. He doesn't look like. I don't know how you look at him, but you may believe he doesn't look like a Mikel Arteta player, and I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 today. He never really performed very well for me. He was not all that attractive, especially in the offensive area, because when you are having lion's share of the possession and not being attacked a lot, you have to see yourself present in the final third of the opponent as a left back of Arsenal. You have to go on and really put up magic, not so? So I believe he never had a good of a game. So I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Let's go to a player called Gabriel Magalhaes. Gabriel Magalhaes, I think they played very well in that central defense. They stopped very many plans or innovations of West Ham, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 for me. He really did a very good job. Then William Saliba, 7 out of 10 for me. However, March was responsible for that penalty, but he went ahead and really did the needful for me and played very well. The composure in that central defense, the game reading, taking off Antonio and silencing him out of the entire game for not causing havoc to the goalkeeper of Arsenal was really a great job, because Mikel Antonio is really an aggressive guy. His physicality is undoubted. He has a very good shot on him, and he always takes shots from nowhere, and he can happen to be a person who is really going to destroy your day and really even make you get back to the bench of Mikel Arteta. But obviously they contained him very well and kept him silent, pocketing him the entire game. So I believe 7 out of 10 for Saliba, not bad. So the central defensive partnership of Arsenal, they've shared the 7 to each of the central defenders. Remember, Gabriel Magalhaes played on the left side of the central defense, and Saliba played on the right side of the central defense. After that, Thomas Partey, almost winning the midfield battle, played very well, did the needful, and he really dictated the play in that midfield area. Obviously, you would love to see Thomas Partey do that, because his joy when you're watching him do that. I like what Partey does. Game in, game out. He makes the game of football look easy, especially playing as a CDM, yet it's the hardest position to play. In the single pivot, he really looked monotonous, and he conquered that midfield, and the engine room was really under his control, and everything really went to bed for Arsenal, because he was the man engineering the attacks and linking the midfield to the attack. That's why you saw all the 3 goals coming in through after tailored moves of Thomas Partey, Odegaard, and the other entire Arsenal team. I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. He really performed very well, though people won't go in and give him his flowers he deserves, but he tested the waters and got the result. Games of football alone and was in the midfield. He won the midfield battle that led to Arsenal winning the game of football by 3 goals to 1. Thomas Partey, out of 10. I'm giving him a rating of 8 out of 10. Let's go to his counterpart, Granit Xhaka, registering another assist for himself for the second goal to a man called Martinelli Gabriel. Obviously silent in the game, tried to find out space in the first half, went in for short with a free kick. Obviously, he had nothing to do in the defensive part of the area, but obviously, when that pass that was required for him in the offensive in the final third was needed, he did it and obviously laid it into the space of Gabriel Martinelli. So Granit Xhaka will come back. I'm giving Xhaka a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for me, because he never looked great as he were in the 14 games. Though towards the 13th game, he looked like was dropping off. And even this game, he looked a little bit sloppy, but he found an assist an important assist for a team known as Arsenal that really saw Arsenal go into the lead of a team which goes by the names of West Ham. So I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Let's go to a player known as Bukayo Saka. Saka Bukayo is a player of Arsenal who came in through from the World Cup and obviously went ahead to score the first goal of Arsenal that leveled the game and brought them back into play. By pulling one back, that was very important, and that is Bukayo Saka for you. Capitalizing on that well ball laid to him by Odegaard into the 52nd minute and buried in the back of the net. He went ahead to do the needful and we did the guys. A moment, let me return a little bit. I had to close this door because it's raining and maybe my microphone is picking every sound that is coming in through. So I had to close the door to see to it that I come back and broadcast to you big and better. Now I was talking about Bukayo Saka, and Statement Dave has gone ahead to give us his game by numbers. 100% tackles won, 90% passes completed, 51 touches, 4 out of 4 ground duels won, 4 key passes, 3 out of 3 long balls completed, 1 big chance created, and 1 goal. Starboy producing goods again for Arsenal, and obviously he has gone ahead to score against West Ham for the very first time in his career, and he's left with 2 London teams that he has not put a ball past their goal line. That is Fulham and Crystal Palace. So Saka, 7 out of 10. I think get that goal out of him, nothing else is remembered about him in this game. Not so? Am I lying? I think I'm right. If you get that goal out of him, there is nothing you talk about him in this game. So I'm giving Bukayo Saka a 7.5 out of 10. After Bukayo Saka, I go to Gabriel Martinelli, man of the moment. He was really lively from the beginning of the game, and obviously he's a man who really deserved a goal. And these were his games by numbers in this game of West Ham. 100% long balls completed, 100 tackles won. That is Gabriel Martinelli. 49 touches, 5 ground duels won, 3 fouls won, 1 key pass, 1 dribble completed, and 1 goal. That is a goal that really gave Arsenal the lead in the 58th minute? 59th minute. That is Gabriel Martinelli for you. And he did a very wonderful job for me. I really saw him dancing around, putting in those step overs, cutting inside. You know, he's a busybody on the field of play, and I really like what he does in the game of football. So Martinelli for me, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. He performed a little bit more than Bukayo Saka. Then let's leave Martinelli at that. Let's go to the man, the magic man, Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, the captain of Arsenal, who engineered the win today of Arsenal with those deadly assists for that Arsenal side. This is his game by numbers, brought to us by Statement Dave. 93% passing accuracy, 81 touches completed, 25 passes in the final third, 5 key passes, 5 grand duels won. 5 grand duels won, 2 out of 3 doubles completed, 2 big chances created, and 2 assists. That is a man known as Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard really put in a very good shift today, and he really showed why he's the captain of the team. In the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers that Arsenal played on the 13th, I think the 12th of November, as we waved to the Premier League into the World Cup break, he scored a brace when Arsenal needed it. This time round, Arsenal needed his pass, his line-breaking pass, to find out Bukayo Saka and Edin Nketiah to really kill off this game completely. And he did it in a very fashionable style. That is a man known as Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard is really a very good player that has gone ahead to show us that he can play lots of games and obviously show us what a real central attack midfielder should go on and do. So I believe he deserves a 9 out of 10 for me. 9 out of 10 for me for Martin Odegaard in this game of football, because he really showed up and rise up to the occasion when the team needed him, because that's what Arsenal was lacking. A split pass that could find an Arsenal player in a very good position in the mouth of the goal to bury the ball in the back of the net. And he did it for Saka and and Nketiah. For Nketiah's goal, he was responsible for that wide pass that found Xhaka in the half space and then released Martinelli, and Martinelli went in for the near post effort that crossed the line and made it 2-0 for Arsenal. So I'm giving Odegaard a 9 out of 10 rating today. He really deserved it. And obviously, we've been told by Statman Dave about this man, the Norwegian captain, that Martin Odegaard now has 5 goals plus assists in his last 4 Premier League. He has 5 goals and 4 assists in his last 4 Premier League appearances. Nottingham, he scored a goal. Chelsea, he had an assist. Then Wolverhampton Wanderers. So in the game of Chelsea, he had nothing. For Wolves, he scored 2 goals and today has put in 2 assists, meaning that he has 5 goal involvements in his last 4 games. It shows you how this guy is really leading by example at Arsenal. That is Martin Odegaard. Very good player that everyone would love to be having in his team. He's really making his stamp at Arsenal as the captain, and they believe in him, and obviously he's talented and really like him. Pure talented player. Then let's go to Eddie Nketiah. He's scoring that goal. Why not give him a 7.5 out of 10? He deserves it. Scored very, very good goal. And people criticize him, but you'll ask yourself, where did he get the chances? The only clear chance that he got, he buried it in the back of the net. And the other one chance that he really had never really went in through to come onto the level of really burying it in the back of the net. Let's go to Zinchenko. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Talk about a player called this guy. El Nini came in through 6 out of 10. I'm giving Mikel Arteta an 8 out of 10 today for believing in his players and not make immediate rapid changes. And lastly, let's talk about the man of the match, who is Martin Odegaard. And I'm happy that even Sky Sports have gone ahead to give the man of the match accolade to Martin Odegaard because he was the difference in today's game. Like it or not, hate him or love him, he was the difference in today's game. Guys, thank you for watching in through. I sign out for now. See you later and good night.